Peppermint is a new action thriller from the director of Taken, and it stars Jennifer Garner as a woman who witnesses her husband and her young daughter brutally murdered in a drive-by shooting. Now, when those suspected killers are released in a trial due to lack of evidence, she disappears for 5 years, then comes back as a trained killer, now out to get revenge against not only those killers, but also those involved in the trial who she believes are corrupt, and then maybe more. Now, I like Jennifer Garner. I think she's a good actress. She picks interesting roles in interesting movies, but lately she's been kind of stuck in this mom mode phase. She's always playing the supportive, loving, schmaltzy mom, and that's perfectly fine. I mean, women's gotta eat, right? So when I first saw the trailer for Peppermint, I thought, oh, okay, here we go, another schmaltzy Jennifer Garner mom movie. But then the trailer started to show the action scenes. I'm like, oh, well, damn, she's gonna be kicking some ass in this movie. All right, I wanna see this now. So yeah, I was really geared up to watch this movie. I was looking forward to a good mom revenge film, which you don't see too much. Unfortunately, the film never quite finds its path and ultimately is quite a big disappointment. This movie does a lot of talking and not showing, and that's never really a good thing in a film. For example, her character disappears for 5 years, and when she comes back, she knows everything about martial arts. She knows about military grade weapons. She knows how to set bombs with a cell phone. And it never tells you or shows you how she learned all of these skills during those 5 years. There's a few brief moments of where someone caught her on YouTube in a UFC fight or something, but you know, how about a nice little training montage at least? Give me something. Show me what drove her from this place, this deep dark place where she witnessed her family getting murdered, and how she used that as motivation to come back 5 years later and lay on this revenge. I want to see that character arc. Don't just let the bad thing happen and her come back and then boom, the next thing happens. There needs to be a connection there, and this film did not have that. And that's just one of the examples where the film fails to show the viewer exactly what the story is. You hear a lot of exposition from the characters, well, this happened and that happened, but you gotta show it to us once in a while too. The film sets itself up as a revenge film, which I thought was gonna have her picking away one by one and everyone involved in the crooked trial. But honestly, that aspect of the revenge is kind of resolved pretty early, and she goes after a bigger target. So there really isn't that suspense being built up. The crux of the revenge is kind of done pretty early in the movie, and then she, like I said, she goes on to bigger and better targets. But I didn't feel like that really developed the story sufficiently enough. It just kind of took you from here to here to here with no connective tissue between those storylines. Another storyline that kind of is just placed in there without any explanation is that she has taken residence now in what they call Skid Row in the movie, amongst all the homeless people, and for some reason they all look up to her. They have a big mural of her with angel wings, and that's also never really explained as to how she got to that stature in that community. There is one scene where she interferes with a drunk father and his son, but it's just so out of place with the rest of the movie, and it's kind of shoehorned in there just to kind of give you maybe a little example of why she's revered as such in the Skid Row community. But again, the film is just all over the place without really bothering to build these characters and their stories correctly, and which as a result the viewer doesn't care. Jennifer Garner, to her credit, does the best she can with the material she's provided, and she gives it her all. She plays the part with a lot of sincerity, a lot of charm, and as much emotional impact as she can provide given the script. The action scenes are decent. Jennifer Garner has proven many times in the past with her roles in Alias, the TV show, and with Elektra that she can definitely handle herself in a hand-to-hand combat scene. But again, as is a tendency nowadays, the action is somewhat quickly cut. You can't really tell what's going on, and not really too creative in that sense either. Even the title has really no explanation as to why the movie is called Peppermint. There is a scene where the young girl orders some peppermint ice cream, but there is no significance placed on that, where, I mean, enough anyway to warrant to be the title of the movie, so that felt really random as well. So again, the movie is just all over the place. It doesn't know what path it wants to take. It doesn't really know what story it wants to tell. It just kind of wants to show you these cool action scenes with no connective tissue in between them, and even the action itself is pretty mediocre. So overall, I'll give Peppermint a 4 out of 10. Thank you so much for watching my review of Peppermint. If you would like to see more reviews in the future, please subscribe to my channel, MC on Film.